because the story I'm about to tell you is meant to be heard only under the stars. It was first whispered round a fire, just like this one, and they say the one who listened that night never slept the same again. The Misty Trail, a Campfire whisper story. This happened in 1987, deep in the wilderness of the Pacific Northwest. Somewhere in the Oregon mountains, there's an abandoned campsite, one that's not on most maps. It used to be a scout camp long ago until something happened, something no one really talks about. But the story begins when four college friends Mark, Jenna, Louise, and Emma decided to camp off-grid, away from all signals and cities. They were just looking for silence and a good story. They didn't know they would become the story. They stumbled upon the old camp by accident. The place seemed peaceful at first, tall trees, bird song, soft wind. But on the second night, everything changed. The air grew cold. Almost suddenly, a thick mist rolled in, and just beyond the campfire's reach, a narrow trail revealed itself between two boulders. Mark noticed it first. The others, they were uneasy. Jenna warned, "Let's not go there." But Mark was curious. At 11 p.m. that night, he walked into the fog, alone. He came back half an hour later, pale, silent, eyes hollow. He just said, "There's something there," and refused to speak more. Louise and Emma grew nervous. Then, as they added wood to the fire, Mark stared at the flames and whispered, "The fire, it speaks. Don't you hear it?" No one else heard anything, but just then a branch snapped behind them, and through the mist, a shadow appeared, tall, still, almost human. But something was off. Emma gasped, but her voice didn't echo. It was as if the forest itself was holding its breath. Without a word, Mark stood and walked toward the shadow. They called his name. He didn't turn. They didn't follow. They couldn't. Morning came. Mark never returned. Authorities were called. But when they arrived, there was no trace of the camp. No fire pit, no tents, no trail, nothing. Except for words carved into a stone. The fire remembers everything. Since then, the area was closed off, trails were rerouted, maps were changed, but sometimes, on foggy nights, the trail appears again, just like before, and those sitting by their fires may hear a faint whisper, "You should come too," but it's just a story, right? another story, close your eyes because the story I'm about to tell happened long ago in the deep forest where the light barely touches the ground. But this is no ordinary tale of a lost traveler. Years ago, when the world was quieter, before the skies were drowned by city lights, a traveler named Leon wandered with tired feet and a heavy heart. He had no map, no destination, only a purpose: to find a place called the Hidden Passage. They say whoever crosses it is granted one chance to change a regret from their past. The deeper Leon walked into the forest, the colder it became, and the mist, it rose like it was alive. His footsteps were swallowed by silence. No birds, no wind, only his heartbeat echoed through the woods. Then a crack, and a voice, a woman's whisper. What you seek is not the passage, it's yourself. He turned around. No one was there, but the voice continued, drifting like wind. Further down the path, he saw something strange, a fire burning alone in the middle of the woods. An old man sat beside it, staring into the flames without turning. The man spoke. The passage appears only to those who are ready, but many aren't. Leon sat and as he gazed into the fire, he saw something, a memory, a small boy crying, holding a toy his father never gave him. The old man tossed the blue powder into the fire. The flames turned a deep blue, and a door appeared. Above it, the words, "You don't change the past, you make peace with it." Leon approached the door and walked through it. He awoke. The forest was the same, yet different. The mist was gone. Birds were singing. The sky was clear. In his pocket, a toy, the very one from his childhood, a memory never lived, but now somehow real in his soul. He hadn't changed time, but he had changed something far greater: himself. This story is whispered beside a crackling fire. Just like tonight, maybe you, too, are searching for a passage, a second chance, a memory to forgive. But remember, some doors are not seen with the eyes, but with the heart. Close your eyes again and keep listening, because the next story might just be yours. If this story warmed your soul or sent a shiver down your spine, please consider subscribing to Dreamtone Tales. Every whisper helps us grow, and there's always another story waiting by the fire. Good night and sweet dreams.